Recently, a brand new channel emerged in the commentary sphere, a faceless creator going by the name of Pexto. This guy releases extremely high effort commentary videos and averages almost 2 million views per upload. He came out of literally nowhere with his first ever video immediately blowing up and reaching 6 million views on YouTube. Therefore, a lot of people believe that this isn't actually even a real YouTuber, but instead just an AI content farm or an entire marketing company masquerading as a creator. So I decided to look into Pexto today and managed to discover his true identity, a missing YouTuber who abandoned all of his previous channels and has been inactive and gone from the internet for over 2 years. But before we get into it, I just want to quickly mention that YouTube Studio tells me that the majority of people watching this aren't actually subbed to the channel, so if you enjoy my content then please subscribe. It would absolutely mean the world to me. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Now, when looking at Pexto's channel, the first thing you're gonna notice is that he has a very distinct thumbnail style. One which I would personally define as the meta right now, cause a lot of these mini documentary high quality video essay type of channels are using this exact thumbnail style at the moment. Now, these are some really high quality thumbnails that take a lot of time to perfect. Now, combine this with the insane amount of research and editing that needs to be put in such a video, and the frequent upload schedule. These factors combined indisputably mean that there have to be multiple people working on this channel, since one person alone simply couldn't upload videos of this quality consistently. Now, you could make the argument that maybe one person planned to launch a YouTube channel for quite some time and simply created and stockpiled a ton of videos to release at a later point. However, Pexto's content often features recent events, meaning that these videos couldn't have been created a long time ago. So we have a YouTuber here who releases multiple extreme high quality videos a month, with some of them being over an hour long, and who started his first video with that exact same quality. So this channel has to have been created by a team of people with a lot of YouTube experience, since you simply could not pull off 60 million views within your first 32 videos without being some sort of expert on YouTube and its algorithm. Now, here's something interesting to note. Despite multiple people working on these videos, the descriptions don't link to the thumbnail designer or even the editor. Every description just features a single sentence explanation of the video topic plus a call to subscribe. Furthermore, this Pexto person does not have any other social media, no Twitter, no Instagram, nothing. Their entire channel description just states, "Hey, I'm Pexto," meaning there's a lot to unpack about this channel. Who is making these extremely high quality videos at such a freaking pace while also hiding their true identity? Now, even if we look at the earliest available snapshot from this channel, there is still no mention of who is running this thing. Just the same, "Hey, I'm Pexto," and subscribe messages. If this was a real person just starting out a YouTube channel, they'd have to be the most humble human being on earth, because if I or any one of you would get almost 60 million views within our first 30 YouTube videos, I guarantee you we'd at least link an Instagram or something. There is just no way that you as a person become this successful this quickly and take over an entire genre of YouTube videos without revealing at least something about yourself. The only reason for a person to be this secretive about not just their own identity but also about the identity of their team would be if they're not even a real person to begin with. So let me introduce you to the concept of an AI content farm on YouTube. Nowadays, this platform is seen as a business opportunity by a lot of firms out there who want to try and get into the YouTube game and make a shit ton of money doing so. We've seen this before with a YouTuber going by the name of Anna Oop, who turned out to be an entire marketing company masquerading as a single person doing YouTube videos. Now, what these companies do is they find a niche within the YouTube space and then they create a channel and start pumping out videos fueling that exact niche by releasing their corporate content disguised as a YouTube video. Now, usually the company has a nearly unlimited amount of resources available to work on the content, plus they very often cut corners by letting AI come up with scripts, thumbnails, video concepts, and sometimes even the voiceover itself. Now, it's absolutely no secret that I and most other regular people out there just making videos don't hold these content farms in high regards, because not only do they pump out so less content, but also it's literally impossible for regular people to compete with multi-million-dollar companies who have 10 people working on their channel at any given time. If some company decided to come in and make my exact type of content, there's no way I would stand a chance. They'd suck away all the people watching my videos because you simply can't keep up with tens of employees who have borderline endless resources running a channel. It's impossible. And this is what people think Pexto is, an AI content farm by some soulless company just trying to profit off making algorithm catering commentary videos. The most popular tweet referencing Pexto literally calls the channel out for being a content farm mostly run by AI, and this seems to be the general sentiment surrounding the channel. In the only other video anyone has ever made about Pexto's identity, the creator also brings up the idea that this might all be an AI content farm. Now admittedly, that's the conclusion I also arrived at while researching Pexto at first, because I went into the channel description and saw his email address, marketing@verdastudios.com. So I look up Verda Studios and turns out it's a brand building company, meaning that my suspicions of this being a content farm were pretty much confirmed immediately after all the evidence that the company referenced in Pexto's email address is literally a brand building company was pretty conclusive. Also again, most people think that this is an AI content farm, and if I were to make such good videos that everyone thinks I am an entire company, then yeah, I guess I'd take that as a compliment, but also surely I would like at least clear up that I'm a real person. So the fact that Pexto doesn't, it makes it very obvious that the whole channel is a content farm. At least that's what I thought until I started second guessing the conclusion I arrived at. See, I like to think of myself as someone who has a pretty good ability to change his mind on things, and something just wasn't adding up here. I mean, when I started making this video, I truly believed that this is a content farm and the whole video was gonna be about why content farms are harming creators, but there's something that changed my perception of this channel. I saw this community post by Pexto, and as someone who works in marketing, I can confidently tell you that this isn't something a company would post. I don't really know how to explain it properly, but like a company simply wouldn't care enough about a Slazo tweet to repost it to their community tab, because there's neither money nor good publicity to be made from that. Only people who were actually once involved in the commentary community would care about a Slazo tweet. Plus the Verda Studios website I showed you earlier doesn't at all match with Pexto and his branding, because there's a massive quality difference between the YouTube channel and the website. On the page, half of the links don't work, the site layout is horrible, all the promoted products are based in Saudi Arabia, half the website is in Arabic, and there is no mention of Pexto anywhere, even though Pexto would be their most successful project by far. It's just very strange that a poorly designed site based in Saudi Arabia who only works with Saudi Arabian brands would also simultaneously run an extremely successful American commentary channel without mentioning it anywhere. So something just felt wrong here, and at the end of the day, I think the best part of my YouTube videos is the research, because that's what I'm genuinely good at. The only reason I managed to debunk Kaiser a few weeks ago and get him to give up on his channels is because I went through an extreme effort researching videos from 3 to 4 years ago in order to prove that he's lying to you. Watch my videos on him, by the way, if you haven't already. So since I feel like I'm genuinely good at researching and I enjoy doing it, I went to see if I can find out anything about Pexto through this email. Now, I hit a lot of dead ends while researching this. There were yoga blogs and even real estate websites called Verda Studios, but after a few hours I did find something very interesting. So turns out Jake Verda is the executive producer of a company called Verda Studios. Now this company does not have a website or anything, but I decided to run the name Jake Verda through Google anyway, and turns out he's not just some random guy. So not only does Jake Verda have a decent following on Insta and Twitter, but he also follows a lot of commentary people on there. Interesting. Now when I went to Jake Verda's YouTube, I actually saw that he had over 100k subs on there. Furthermore, I discovered that Jake Verda's real identity is that of a long missing YouTuber called FakeJake. As a matter of fact, Jake Verda ran all of these channels here, and he used to be a massive British YouTuber between 2019 and 2022. Now there's 3 things all of these channels right here have in common. 1, every single one of them is completely inactive now. 2, all of these channels release content specifically catering to the YouTube algorithm. Meme reaction videos, Reddit reaction videos, funny post reaction videos, Minecraft challenge content, which was popular at the time when these videos released, and TikTok style shorts. Now from the way all of these videos are structured, it's pretty easy to tell that they were created to be pushed out through the algorithm. I mean, just look at one of the shorts for example.
Here's what happens to you just before you die. I don't really know what happens, but let me know in the comments what you think.
I would be interested in whether or not you define this type of content as slop, by the way. Make sure to tell me in the comments. Anyway, the third thing all of these channels have in common is that they all have the same email, marketing@verdastudios.com. We found ourselves a match. Also, putting Jake Verda into Twitter gets you this result. Jake Verda is hiring a documentary video editor. Alright, let's see what videos he shows as samples in the job application form. Oh, they're all Pexto videos. Jake Verda is literally hiring people for the Pexto channel. He's the mastermind behind the project. Now what does this mean exactly? Well, for the people watching that were fans of Jake Verda and were wondering what he does now or why he left YouTube, well, at least you have some answers now. It seems like Jake didn't like making his slop type of reaction content anymore and decided to abandon his channels to pursue this Pexto project with his company. So if you're missing Jake Verda, well, at least you can actually see some of his work by just watching Pexto videos. But also it really decontextualizes the whole Pexto content farm perception quite a bit. Now one could make the argument here that this is still a content farm. Pexto isn't a genuine YouTube creator, he's just a creation of Jake Verda and his team. And to an extent I can see where people are coming from when they think like this, but I hold a different opinion here. I do think that the commercialization of YouTube is pretty much unstoppable at this point. Don't get me wrong, there's still gonna be a lot of genuine creators out there, but a significant amount of popular YouTube channels will be companies and brands. That's just something we unfortunately have to live with due to how Susan and her successor changed the platform to be more suitable for these types of companies. Now, seeing as the rise of corporate YouTube channels is inevitable, at least in my opinion, I would much rather have someone like Jake Verda, who is an actual YouTuber with a soul and a bunch of YouTube experience, lead the market in corporate mass-produced content than some random Microsoft tech marketing company with absolutely zero integrity and no actual connections to authentic YouTube. Because Jake is at least someone that knows the platform and fundamentally is more than just a soulless brand. If you watch Jake's last two videos, or at least the last ones who are still publicly available, because from my understanding he did create and then delete a few more videos after this one, but this is kind of his final goodbye. And in this video he does claim that he wants to create more high quality content instead of his usual meme reaction type videos, which he feels like have grown stale. And yeah, some of it is definitely corporate, because he states in the video that he doesn't want to share his actual opinions because it might offend people, which I can understand from a corporate perspective, but I just personally would never try to avoid controversy by removing my authenticity. But nevertheless, it seems like Jake has achieved his goal of creating higher quality, long-lasting content with the Pexto channel. And since he's actually hiring people, as we have seen through the job application posts, the content isn't AI, which means he's actually providing a lot of jobs by setting up a team to work on this channel. So at the end of the day, I guess this situation is kind of comparable to the corporatization of Mr. Beast, where on one hand him having a 200 employee company is kind of soulless and against the spirit of YouTube, but on the other hand he's providing a ton of jobs for people that would otherwise almost certainly make less money working a regular job, and he is a true YouTuber at heart. And it's the same with Jake Verda. He presumably employs like at least 10 people, and I trust Jake Verda to be a capable leader of such a company since he has multiple years of experience making YouTube videos and he never did anything bad or had some major controversy during these years. So yeah, overall I can actually live with this being a project by Jake Verda, and I am not gonna be against it. If Pexto had truly turned out to be an AI content farm, I would have hated him. But discovering that this is what Jake Verda has been doing ever since he disappeared from the internet, that's almost like the good ending here. Because I do feel that he can at least be trusted to not be like a complete asshole, and he's not a shady company who mistreats their workers. So yeah, overall I'm actually glad that Pexto ended up being a project by Jake Verda. So yeah, overall that's all I managed to find out about Pexto. If anyone watching this is a former Jake Verda fan, I hope that you enjoyed finding out what he's been up to for the past couple of years. If you did, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, write your opinion in the comments, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you in the next video.